gentlemen, this is the future, and in today's video, we're gonna drift the future. So let's go, putties. So ladies and gentlemen, in today's video, we're testing something, honestly probably the most unique vehicle we've tested on this channel so far. Because first of all, it is electric. It's not the first electric car because we tested the Cybertruck. But second of all, this car has so many quirks and features I've never seen before in any other car. You guys are gonna absolutely shit your pants. So please wear diapers in today's video. Because today, we'll be reviewing this. You're probably wondering what are we looking at right now. This is the Hyundai Ioniq 5N, and the 5N means that this is the sport version of the Ioniq. The Ioniq is Hyundai's very nice electric vehicle, and so this is the sport version of this electric vehicle. I know, guys, you like engines, you like the vroom, you like the sounds it makes. Gasoline, you like the smell of it. But in today's video, why don't we just take a look at the future? Why don't we just take a look at what could possibly come? Because trust me, it's not actually as bad as you might think it is. This is probably the coolest futuristic vehicle you can currently buy, and this is electric done right. At least I think so. We haven't tested it yet, so I can't tell you, but this is my, to keep you guys watching the video. Don't turn off, okay? If you turn off now, I'm gonna be pissed.
At the end of the video, there's a special prize.
Yeah. If you watch the video all the way through, you win something.
Yeah.
So, honestly, I have to say, it's a pretty cool looking car. Mine and me, we thought it's like way smaller when we saw it in pictures. We thought it's like polo size, but it's actually like, this is the size of like a Tiguan or like an X3.
Yeah,
it's huge.
SUV.
And it's like really, really wide. It's actually so wide. Car looks like it's like white body or something. I don't know. Looks very wide. But I like the lights and stuff. It's lights that are not on. Wait. So Pac-Man-mäßig irgendwie.
Ja.
Das ist Pac-Man für mich. Sagst du am Schlüssel?
Königseck oder was?
Da schon mit den eckerten Lichtern und
Ja,
so.
das ist geil.
Like retro modern vehicle. Verstehst du nicht?
Ja, schon.
Verstehst du das?
Ja, ich verstehe es.
Verstehst du es jetzt?
Ja, bisschen.
Warte, ich mach mal an.
Boah, geil. Schaut geil aus. So.
Schaut ultra geil aus.
Ja, very tired.
Du hast so ein schönes Auto. Übrigens, hinten ist der Besitzer. Typischer Bayer. Bayer fährt ein Auto. One very interesting thing. Since this car is electric, we have one engine here in the front and one engine in the back. The car is making 600 horsepower.
Wie viel PS?
650.
Was?
650 und Drehmoment? Zu viel.
1000.
Okay, so 650 horsepower and zu viel Drehmoment absolutely screams, and we're gonna have a good time today. So you're probably wondering what is in the front of this vehicle, because obviously it can't be the engine because it's electric. So what can be in there? Mani, take a guess.
Ein Geschenk für mich?
Na, was ist
Der Kofferraum.
And that's where you're wrong, because it's the engine. Yeah, so if in case you're wondering how an electric engine looks like, it looks like a normal engine but with a lot of more cables. And this is the battery that's powering the car. So yeah, honestly I was also expecting like a trunk in there. Would have been like pretty smart, but they just chose to have this very interesting like.
Ja, da können sie sich noch etwas schrauben.
Brauchen sie wirklich ein Engine cover für das, meinst du?
Ja, schaut schon schön aus.
Next up, in front of the car, we can agree it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Honestly. Here, white body, a little bit. Very nice flares that get all the air to the wheels. So these are actually real vents, Mansory. Maybe take some notes here, because this is how it's supposed to be done. We don't do these fake around here.
Yeah.
We only have like the real. Okay, yep, ihr habt zu früh geredet.
Optik halt.
Verstehst du das, was ich sage, Pac-Man?
Ja, Tetris, Alter.
Ja, Tetris, wirklich. Alter, Tetris-Auto, nicht Pac-Man, das meinte ich. Das ist der Tetris-Car.
Vielleicht kann da der Cutter noch so ein L einfügen, was auch fährt.
Honestly, very cool. I like the rear of the car a lot. Right now, without even having driven the car, if I would buy an electric car, it would probably be this one, because I really like the looks of it. I think it's what's that?
Viecher mit Bissen.
I think it's probably one of the best looking electric cars out there right now, and I really like how they did like the retro stuff with the lights and stuff. It looks really, really cool. It looks like Cyberpunk a little bit as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, with a nice little diffuser going on.
Ja, ist geil.
Nice little spoiler going on. Pretty cool. Natürlich elektrisch. Yeah, you have a trunk in there. Very nice. So we can confirm this car has a trunk. Very cool. Honestly, on a looks wise, I would probably rate this car really, really high so far. But we're not here for the looks. Wir sind jetzt so oberflächlich heute.
Nein, da geht es um die inneren Werte.
Ja, verstanden.
Es geht ums Driften.
Door handles are really cool, by the way.
Yes.
So normally they close, they go away. But now I don't know why they're not doing it. So you have a seat.
Seat below.
Anyway, interior is pretty nice. We're going to talk about that while driving the car, actually, because that's when we properly see the interior. But you have some blue contrast stitching going on here, which is pretty cool for a Hyundai. It still doesn't look like so high. Okay, das ist pretty. Alter, wie riesig ist eigentlich die Scheibe,
Ja,
Mann.
das ist echt arg. Normalerweise ist es abtrennt.
Ja. Sitzheizung hinten sogar. Okay, very interesting window design here. Haven't seen this before. Looks really cool. Something new. Very simple, but very unique. What can we say about the cockpit? What we're gonna say about driving? So I think... das Beste haben wir euch noch gar nicht gezeigt.
Was denn?
You won't believe it. This might be an electric car, but if you fire it up, very interesting by the way. So this might be an electric car, but what is very interesting is, if you press this button, you have engine noises. Ja, was du aus meinst?
Es ist so laut. Ja?
Well, yeah, this is not the only trick that this car has up its sleeve, but to show you guys the other tricks, we're gonna have to jump in the car and we actually have to drive it, so we can show you more of the beautiful features that this car has to offer. And one of them is a drift mode. So let's go!
Wie ein U-Boot. Das klingt aber geil.
Wie ein Straight Cut Gears.
Ja, das klingt richtig geil.
Straight Cut Gears in einer Electric Car. Also das ist, glaube ich, die beste Erfindung überhaupt.
Das ist schon cool.
Nach der Mikrowelle.
Alter, der Sound ist aber echt geil.
Okay, was ist Supersonic?
Supercharged.
Staubsauger.
Energie.
Alter, das ist so schnell, Mann.
Aber ein Sound kann ich nicht beschreiben, was es ist.
Ich kann sogar, das hat einen Begrenzer, Alter.
Oh!
Alter, das ist aber gerade ultra quer gegangen. Anyway, this brings us to the next point, which is that this car has a drift mode. We're gonna test it out in a second, just bear with me. We have to figure everything else out on the car first before we do that. We've been playing around too much with the sound. Anyway, seats, you have climate controlled seats, very nice, very cool. Every car has that cool. What can I say about this car? We have fake engine noise, we have a fake gearbox, we have a fake 8 HP gearbox in this car, which is absolutely crazy. The car is pretty cool. I like the steering wheel, it's a very nice steering wheel. This here, by the way, is the boost button, so if you press this, you have like 50 horsepower more for 10 seconds. Do you really need it? I don't know. Drive modes. Right now we are in sport, I guess. Do you guys really care about eco mode? Probably not, but this is how eco mode would drive. This is aber pretty cool. Bro, this color, if I would choose one, I would definitely go for this color. Yeah, you have some nice lighting in the interior. You have some very interesting materials. I like this like checkered flag design here on the doors.
Geil, schau jetzt mal da ein bisschen.
Alter, what the f... Alter, das geht ja nicht, dass das einschalten kann. Ist das ausschalten, dann geht's jetzt
Ja, nein, cool, ja.
Das geht immer.
Ja?
Normally I'm used to this, like not being able to...
Ah, nach hinten, ne? Die ist auch geil.
Richtig cool. Wenn der Dampf aufgeht von den Radl, dann sehen wir es. Okay, this is definitely some extra points because normally in Europe for some reason this is not allowed to be like working like this. While driving you're not allowed to have like cameras, I guess, because on no other car this works. So yeah, interior is nice. It's like I said, not the best interior I've ever seen, but definitely not bad. Feels a bit cheap, I have to say, but not in a bad way, you know? Just the standard interior. It doesn't like completely blow you away. The only thing that blew me away is like the engine sounds already. I would give this car for the interior and for like the daily drivability because obviously it's a very nice daily. Suspension could be a bit less stiff, to be honest. I would give it like 8 out of 10.
High rating.
Especially like if you live in a city. It's probably a very nice car to have in a city. You can take all your friends with you, which in my case is like one, Ani. Very nice car. I like it. Now, anyway, let's get to the interesting part, which is drifting. So, I don't know what I did, but we're ready for the drifting. I've turned off the ESC. The engine, everything's in sport. Our engine noise, what?
Yeah.
This is the most, like, I've been through this already. Okay.
Oh.
But this is so confusing, all this. You have E-shift, which is the gearbox stuff. You have active sound, which is like the sound stuff. You have road sense and pedal. This is if you, okay, recuperation. Then you have the drift optimizer. I think we want this one. But then for some reason you don't have the sound anymore, which is a bit sad, but maybe we can get around this. Okay, I guess we should have it. So we're in the drift mode, I think, and we're gonna see how it works.
Yeah.
So now, theoretically, we should have all these 600 horsepower to the rear wheels. Which I don't really feel, to be honest.
Oh.
Okay, feels doch.
Alter.
Okay, so in the drift mode, we have we don't have the pedals anymore, which is a bit sad. Okay, so it's very interesting to drive because we don't have our gears anymore. And we also don't... we have 600 horsepower on the rear wheels. We have whatever how many newton meters on the rear wheels. And the car is trying to drift now. Or I'm trying to drift the car. Let's see how we can put it.
Hey, this is arg.
Aber es ist saukünstlich. Aber es geht. So this car is... Alright, the car's drifting.
Yeah.
But we still have a little bit of like... I think we can do better than this. Because the car is still like restricting it a little bit. I'm not getting like the full... I feel like there's somebody like watching over me, kind of restricting what the car is doing. So let's... I think we have to get out of the drift mode actually to drift better. Okay, so this machen wir aus. Das da machen wir an. Torque distribution. Because then we can put all the power to the rear wheels and we also have the ESC off. So now we have... I don't know if this is changing anything, but I guess we're gonna find it out very soon. Yeah, this feels a bit more like it. Because in the drift mode, the car actually doesn't have the ESC fully off, which restricts the power going to the car. What I am not used to is no shifting, so I don't know how fast I'm going, which is sometimes a bit crucial because, you know, with the M3s and whatever, I can say, for example, that I'm in like second gear or third gear, and with this car you don't have it because you don't have the shifting, so you have to get used to it a little bit.
Also,
okay, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This is so fucking sketchy drifting this car because it's so different than a regular car. You have, like I said, you don't have the gears that actually limit how fast the wheel is spinning. You know, because in the M3, for example, I'm in second gear and the wheels can only spin until the second gear limiter. In this car, it doesn't have any gears, so it will spin until forever. Und das fühlt sich so scheiße an, ich hab's so Angst.
das...
Es fühlt sich echt nicht geil an.
Na, das ist ganz komisch.
Because you just... Once it kicks out, it just kicks out. Ich hab so Angst vor kleinen Gas geben. Bro, also ohne Witz. Das ist echt nicht geil.
Ja, das mit den Pedals müssen wir irgendwie hinkriegen.
Ja, dass die Pedals zum Schalten hättest, das würde schon helfen.
Aha, das ist aber zu viel.
Yeah, the wheels just spin so much then. That's a problem. But I mean, drifting works with this car, you guys can see it. Oh, das klingt doch irgendwie sehr interessant, muss man sagen. Es ist so schnell, this car is so incredibly fast. The performance of this car, we're only talking about drifting and that it's too fast for drifting, but the performance of this car is incredible. It's really, really fast. It really feels like a sports car, although it doesn't really look like a sports car. But I honestly guess that you could probably get some really fast. Dann darf ich halt nicht gescheit Gas geben. It really feels like you can get some proper lap times with this car, to be honest. Really, really interesting. Wie sicher fühlst du dich?
Na, gar nicht. Also null.
Ich muss auch sagen, mir ist es echt nicht.
Na.
Because it kicks out so randomly, you know? It's not very controlled. Ich fahre mir selber schlecht gerade, muss ich sagen.
Sehr schwer zu beurteilen. Einerseits ist es geil, weil es die Möglichkeit gibt, dass du das da kannst. Aber andererseits, ich glaube, dass du da voll schwer tust beim Gas justieren.
Once you touch the gas pedal, it's just instantly, you know? It's very hard to adjust everything in this car, especially with the leg of the gears. So we kind of have to figure out how to get the gears to, so we can properly shift. It's very hectic. This is probably the most hectic car to drift I've ever drifted in my life so far. All right, you guys are getting some POVs now. I do have to say, however, that like this is not the worst drifting car we've had on this channel. I do have to say, however, that this car actually drifts better, for example, than the M6 and the RS3. I think here in the POV you guys can actually see how much work you have to put into this car to fully like slide and whatever. It's actually insane. On this camera view, by the way, is very confusing. This one is cool, I get it, but this one, it just really doesn't make any sense. Just give me like a backup camera, please. You can probably change it but still. Yeah. So let's try to slide it a bit more. It still feels like the front wheels are pulling, especially in like stuff like this, because a real rear-wheel drive car with this power would not drive like this. So this is what I mean. It just gives me too much speed on the wheels, and this just makes you spin each time because the rear wheels are spinning way too fast. I'm not trying to blame my poor driving skills on this car, but realistically, I am the best driver that has ever lived, so it's definitely the car's fault. All right, second try. Front wheels definitely are giving some power to the ground. Because otherwise the car wouldn't pull like this. You guys saw it. Yeah, with a rear-wheel drive car, if you would accelerate like this on these conditions, you would absolutely end up in this ditch down there. So this tells me that this car is just not, it's pretending to be something that it's not. And this right now is rear-wheel drive. This car is not fully rear-wheel drive, at least if you ask me. And this makes it even harder because it's just, like always, the main problem we have when a car doesn't want to drift is because it's unpredictable. The car does not do what you're telling it to do or what it's telling you what it's doing, you know? Because see it like this, it's like a good relationship with your girlfriend. Trust is everything. If you can't trust a car that is actually doing what it's pretending to be doing, which is rear-wheel drive, how can you trust yourself? How can you build a long-lasting, good drift relationship with this car if this car is lying to you? We don't like liars, and this car is a bit of a liar. I'm not saying it's a bad car, it's just a bit shady.
Mama.
Hat draußen einen Sound?
Mhm.
Wie klingt das? So ein Scheiß.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, so we just got confirmation. They hit the second time. We have sound from the outside of the car, which makes this whole thing even more confusing. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I haven't been as confused testing any car as this one right now. This is the most confusing car I've ever driven so far, because there's just so much going on, so much that is just new to me and probably new to everybody else as well. A bit too much. I feel a little bit overwhelmed driving this right now. I'm not saying it's bad, just saying it's the future and we have to get used to the future somehow. I don't know how though. Brakes feel good though. Slowly getting the hang of it a little bit. To be honest, now that I think about it and now the more I drive it, it feels very similar to a car that we have already tested in the past. And I give you guys exactly 5 seconds to tell me what this car is. 5 seconds to write your comment, like, subscribe, and buy my merch. So 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright guys, and the answer is the Audi RS3. It feels like we're driving in a drift mode of the RS3, which if you guys remember, I was also not a big fan of because it was just unpredictable. The car was not rear-wheel drive, it was just something pretending to be rear-wheel drive. And this is the same with this car. This car is pretending to be a lot of things. First of all, it's pretending to be a drift car. Secondly, it's pretending to be a petrol-based car, which is also not. And thirdly, it's pretending to have a gearbox, sometimes at least. Wow, this car is really making me out of breath. Guys, I'm gonna be honest, I really do not know how to feel. I was really looking forward to testing this car because I think that the idea of like all this is pretty cool. Having an electric car that makes sounds and stuff, I don't think it's bad. It's a little bit like kitschy. It's not like the coolest thing to have, but I think it's like a cool approach. The guys at Hyundai really sat down and they said, you know what, we're gonna make an electric car, but we're gonna try to make it fun. And this whole car is supposed to be fun. Like this is the whole reason why this car exists, is to be a fun car to drive. This might actually be the first ever electric car that was built with the sole purpose of being fun to drive. I mean, like not the sole purpose, but with like a big reason of this car existing is just to have a fun electric vehicle. And I don't really know any other electric vehicle that does it right now. I'm not saying it's perfect, it definitely needs some fine tuning if you ask me, but I think we're heading in the right way. I can see myself owning an electric car and I'm gonna say this for real now, if it is like this, but a little bit better. Really. I don't have anything against electric cars. Möchtest du mal mitfahren?
Ja, gern.
Ja, huckt rein. So, meine Freunde. Schlimm hinten, gell? So, fun fact, actually, I've been driving this car so long, I'm really sick. Like, not sick of the car, but like sick. I don't wanna, like, I don't have to get out and puke, but I feel that I am not mentally here right now. I've driven some electric cars already, but like, I don't know, maybe we took it too hard in this car. So since we know that this car is making sounds now also on the outside, we're giving you some sound files in the meantime while I regain my health. The cracks sound actually pretty realistic. Like that. That sounds really realistic.
Ja.
Ja, vi tog nej, det är klart. Ja, das ist mir das Geilste. Das
Ja, das passt. Also ich hab beim Ohr her schon was, aber am Handy hört man es nicht.
Bro, it's so weird that we're doing like sound checks with electric cars. I don't know if you guys can hear it. I hear it for sure. Mine says it hears it as well.
I think the noises are only coming from the inside.
Ich fahr mit offenen Fenster vorbei.
Okay. Mit offenen Fenstern ist er lauter gewesen.
Guys, I'm gonna be honest. Thing I'm done with this car. I am generally, also ohne Scheiß, I'm really sick and I can't wait to drive an
Möchtest du mal Faust hören, bevor ich vorbei?
Ja, bitte fahr I don't really know how to feel about this car. I think it's cool that it exists and I get the whole idea of it, and it's a really cool idea and I'm really here for it. I do think it needs quite some work to properly work in the way that I thought it's gonna be. I really had high hopes for this car. They were not really matched, to be honest, but then at the same time I didn't really know what I was expecting, because this is just so different than everything else we've tested before. So calling it a bad car I think would be a bit over the top, but at the same time I'm just really happy that I don't really have to drive it anymore. You do hear the sound though, I heard it. It's actually really loud. It's like a stock M2 G87, so it's not really loud, but like, you get what I'm trying to say. It's loud for an electric car. Anyway, I think this is still more of a commuter car than really a car that you would buy to have fun. On a total scale, fun factor, I would give this car 3 out of 10. It slides, you can do donuts with it probably. It has like funny gimmicks, like the sound and everything, but those are only funny for like 30 seconds. And then everybody who knows about this car comes up to you and tells you, oh, you know, rev it for me or whatever. So I can see how it gets boring probably pretty fast. As a daily car, if you want something cool for the city to cruise around that can sometimes feel like a petrol car, then go for it. I mean, the stage is all yours. This is your new Ioniq 5N. But if you're looking for something that you can drift, I see it more as a gimmick than a feature, to be honest. And with that, I think the video is finally over and I can return to my diesel-powered X5, finally. This was so bad, really.
bitch, I can't